I'm a huge fan of having a big breakfast, right? Because that's when you look at the longevity cultures, they do that. They get up in the morning, they have a big breakfast, they're walking around, they're moving a lot, they have a smaller lunch and they have a smaller dinner, right? So I'm a huge fan of that. And the regulation that it does with the bowels. So it gives you 3 good bowel motions because you've got 3 good meals based around fibre. However, for some people, it's better for them, they're not hungry until 11 or 12 o'clock. And for those people, that's great. You start eating 11 or 12 o'clock. If that's what suits you better, that's fine. And the other thing to remember with this mix around what time you eat and things like that is food has an impact on the regularity of your bowel. And the regularity of your bowel is really important. So as long as you're being regular in how you do it. So I'm not hungry in the morning, for example, so I eat every day at about midday. So eat roughly the same time every day at midday. And if you're only eating 2 meals, for example, eat them at roughly the same times. Now, if you want to put in those rhythm and routines that really help longevity, one is when you wake, one is when you eat, one is when you exercise, and one is when you sleep. And if you do those 4 things in a basic rhythm and routine, you'll find that'll transform your inner health. So great question. And also, and this is the bad news for anyone over the age of about 45, but once you get over about 45, your intake of calorie requirements drops from about 2,000 to 1,500. And most of us don't understand that. We just keep eating. We wonder why we start to get bigger. Then we blame it on hormonal dysfunctions or middle-age spread or whatever, instead of going, no, just eat less because you're older. You don't need as much fuel. So you drop that fuel intake when you get to 48, 50. And so many people confuse that with midlife crisis and things like that, as opposed to the fact that you're not designed to keep eating that much when you're older.